Hang on one second, my friends. Good morning. Good morning, my friends. How's everybody? Good afternoon to our friends on the East Coast. So today we got a super duper cute project. Quick, fast, easy, but impactful. I think it's impactful. Those of you who are on our email list know that it's Aman's 80th birthday. So today we're having a little gathering in the store. I don't remember the exact hours of the gathering. Anyway, but Salima and her family had a surprise birthday party for him over the weekend. So they had some centerpieces, which were made up of these bases, and then the 80. So what we're going to do today is demo how to make the 80. So it's going to be quick, easy, but impactful. So what we're going to use today is, I guess I should change to our overhead. There we go. So today, oh, you can see my phone, sorry. Today we're going to use the low tack mat, which is the blue mat. We're going to use the black standard outer blade. We're going to have a brayer. Of course, my favorite R&K pink embroidery tape. And then we're going to use this Creative Sticker machine, which I believe we have linked in our Amazon store. So if you go to AAAsewingandfabric.com, there's an affiliates in the menu. There's an affiliates, and then there's a link for our Amazon store. So we have this linked in there, I believe. Oh, and then of course we have our gold glitter cardstock. All right, I think, well, we don't have to make exactly the same, but I think I made it so it was 3.5 inches tall. So the 80 is 3.5 inches tall, and I made it double-sided because you gotta look good coming and going, right? All right. So first thing we're gonna do is we're going to put our cardstock down on our low tack mat. Low tack because it is paper. So if you put it in your standard mat, chances are you're going to leave some of the paper on the mat. I'm going to just brayer it down like always. And I'm going to tape it down. So this 80 is actually a built-in font in the machine itself. So there's no any outside sources for this. It's all within the machine itself. And just think, you don't have to do numbers. You could do congrats. You could do Mr. and Mrs. You know, all kind of, this is very versatile. You could do this for baby shower, bridal shower, graduation party, birthday parties, anniversary parties, anything. So, and you know, we like to create our own designs, right? I know there's lots of sources where you could buy the ready-made, but you don't know the quality, and I don't know how much it would cost. And this is just fun. This just takes minutes, and it's like a thing of pride. You're like, hey, I did that, right? That's the way I feel about it. Okay, so low tack mat, cardstock, glitter, right side up. And we're going to go to our machine. Just move some things out of the way here. All right, so we're going to look at our design screen first. All right. I am going to load the mat, but I think we're all pros at loading mats now, right? I'm going to wake up my machine because it took a little nappy. I'm going to touch it, and then the carriage will move. Just say okay. And then I'm going to load my mat. All right. I'm going to bring my mic with me. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go into pattern. I forgot to look. Oh, here we are with comments. Hey, Mary Mike. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Connie. Hey, Janet. All right, so we're going to go to fonts. And this is like my favorite font right there. So this time we are just doing numbers, right? We're just doing 8-0. So we want to select the number 1. And we're going to select 8. And we're going to say okay, because I don't want them to come in grouped because I'm going to tweak them a little bit, right? So let me just move the 8 down a little bit so I can see it better. And we're going to say add and pattern. Once again, font and my fave. I'm going to go to 1, and I'm going to select the 0, and I'm going to say OK. And I'm going to say set. And we'll bring the O down. So let's go into edit and object edit, and let's make our O a little bit bigger. So I think I said the height was 3.5. We might adjust this later, but it'll make it easier for us to see the number, right? Because right now they're so small, right? Can hardly see them. All right, so we're gonna make the O 3.5, and we're gonna select the 8, and we're also gonna make that 3.5. There we go. So did you guys all have a nice Memorial Day weekend? It was a nice weekend. There we go. So now I'm going to show you our finished product. So the O, let me see if you guys can see that. There we go. Oh, it's too much. So the O is already, let me go back to the overhead. Let's go back here. So this is better. So the O is already slightly slanted, and our 0, I should say 0, is already slightly slanted with this font. And it's actually slanted the way I want it. But you'll notice they're put together. So what we're going to do is overlap them a little bit. All right, let's go back to our design screen. And we're going to say OK here. We're going to say OK here. And let's go into our magnification. And there we can see our numbers. So we can use this arrow here will move our screen up and down. This will move our whatever object we have selected. It'll move it up, down, left, right. So let's move it so that it's slightly overlapped. Now if you were, let's do one more thing. If you're a little worried that these aren't on the same level on the bottom, we can say OK, go to our selection tool, select all, say OK, and then go to our move tool and our alignment tool. And let's align it on the bottom, and let's make it aligned horizontal. We don't want to do vertical because that's what happens. So undo. And we aren't going to worry that they're too far apart because we're going to fix that. So we're actually in the move tool already. So let's unselect one of them and magnify. Now we can move, we want the 0 to slightly overlap the 8. So we're going to move it. Move it. Okay, I think we're good. So we're going to say okay, and we'll find out soon enough if we're good or not. We're going to say okay. Once again, we're going to go to our selection tool. We're going to select all. Then we're going to say okay. And we are going to object edit, and we're going to weld. Okay, and we're going to say okay. And now they're welded. So now they're one. Okay, one more thing we're going to do is, because we want a little hole, and we didn't want to have to take a hole punch and punch a hole. So we're going to say okay, and okay, and we're going to add. We're going to select pattern again. And this time we are going to select shapes. We're going to go down and look for our circle. There we are. And we can go ahead and size it right here. So I think I made it like a 1/4 inch. And if we find it's too big on our 0, we can always make it smaller. We're going to say set. And let's go into edit, because it's like I cannot see what's going on here. All right, so we're going to take that little circle and we're going to move it down. It's not letting me grab it, so we're going to use the arrows. And we're going to just put it somewhere in this area here. Let's just check in comments, see if there's any questions. Let's see if it'll let me grab it. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to magnify it again. And remember, these arrows here move your screen. Okay, it doesn't look like it's touching. You know what? I think I'm going to move it down a little bit. There. So it doesn't look like it's touching either outside border. So I'm going to say okay. Okay. And I'm going to select all, just so I keep, if I move it, I don't want that little circle to get lost. So I said okay. Got object edit. I'm going to group. And let's just double check our size, see if it changed. No, it's perfect. We're going to say okay. And we are going to +1. Because remember, we're going to make 2, one's the front, one's the back. We're going to say okay. I think they'll both fit. But we want to mirror image this one. So we're going to mirror image. Because remember, it's the back. We're going to say okay. We'll say okay again. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. Then we're going to scan our background. After all, that's the magic of our scan and cuts, right? That's the feature we all love. It sets us apart from everybody else. Okay, now, you know what? I can hardly see. I don't know about you guys, but I can hardly see. So I'm going to go in my wrench, and that's giving me the option to dim my background. I'm going to say okay. Okay, much, much better. I can see now. Perfect. This is exactly what I want. I want them a little, I want wiggle room around everybody. So I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to say please select, and I'm going to select cut. Okay, now my half cut is off, which is really what I want. I don't want half cut on. We use half cut when we're cutting vinyl, adhesive vinyl or heat transfer vinyl. So if it were on, we'd select the wrench and we'd scroll down to half cut and we'd turn it off. So it is off, so we're good. We're going to say okay, and then we're going to say start, and I'm going to change the cameras so you guys can see what's happening. So see how quick and easy this is. I can't remember, so I think we made 6 or 8 of these, and it took like maybe 10 minutes. So It's very, I don't know, I like this kind of project. This is my kind of project. So warmed up here in California. So my air conditioner actually went on a couple times. I turned it off real quick because right now my solar panels aren't up, so I don't want to have to pay for electricity. So we'll just have to suffer through it if it gets too hot. But at least here in California, generally we cool off at night. At least in the South Bay area where we're at, it cools off at night, and in the morning it's cooler. So it's not like hot all night and day. All right. So I'm going to say okay. Oh, I went to the wrong one. Okay. Finish cutting. So we're going to say okay. We're going to unload the mat. Let's see what we have going on. When I was a kid, I used to go to Minnesota and stay at my grandma's. And she didn't have air conditioning. Oh my God. It was hot. And it didn't cool off. All right, let's change to our overhead. So it was sultry because there it's hot and humid. I guess I could have made my hole a little smaller. I just noticed on the ones we made for the centerpieces, the hole is a little smaller. Probably I made it 0.20. Of course, did I take notes of what I did? No, I did not. But if you're going to make a lot of these, you would save it to your machine and then just call it up and go for it. And this cardstock, it's glitter, but it doesn't shed. Doesn't shed its glitter. You don't want that, especially if it's around food. All right. So let's look up our paper and see what we have. I like to save this because you never know, I might have a project where it doesn't need as much paper. And we'll just look this up. And there, we might have to punch our little circle out. So I don't save these little bits. I guess if you made confetti, you could save that, but I'm not going to save those. And then there's that. And we are done with our mat. I'm going to punch out the little hole in this one. Okay, I'm going to put my mat aside. And I'm going to get out my little sticker tool. So what this is going to do is it's going to make one side sticky. And then you could peel off the paper backing and then you can stick them together. So you look good coming and going. I mean, you could, in theory, just make one side, but I think it's a finished project to make it, I think it makes a finished project if you finish both sides, right? Let's see. Lynette says she used her scan cut to cut out my newest bag with vinyl exterior, waterproof canvas line, and foam interfacing. Oh, because what she learned from us. Thank you, Lynette. I love that. That makes my day. All right, so how this machine works is that, let me turn it this way. So there's a, of course, I can't get this thing open. Okay. Oh, you gotta push. So this is a roller feeder with that sticky paper in it. So it's refillable. So I'm gonna close it. And what you do is you put whatever you do, it has to fit within these guide bars here. Guide bar here. Can't be any wider than that. What you do is you put it through right side up and then you crank. So, let's see, I don't remember, I think I did, you know what, I think I did the back because one time it didn't feed right and it got a little crumpled. So I'm going to kind of go like this so maybe you guys can see the action. I'm turning it. I'm turning it. Now let's go this way. And then it comes out. And you just tear it. Tear it. You push, bring it up to tear it. So we're done with that. You can put that aside. And then what you do is you just peel off this paper. And the only part that'll be sticky, so you can see it's like, I don't know if you can see it, where the glue's coming up. See? So the glue is in theory only going to stick to the 8-0. And then what we'll do, it's sticky to me. What we'll do is we'll put it down. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to put it down. And then I'm going to take this 8-0 and I'm going to try as best as you can to line it up. I got a little off. Let's see if I can bear this way. I'm trying to keep my head out of the camera. That looks, if a little white's showing, it's okay, right? And that's it. This is sticky, I don't want to get on the map. And that's it. And then what you would do is you would grab your vase or whatever you're putting it to, and there's a little bit of glue, so if you would just wrap this right. So you might want to put a little bit of glue on there to get it going, and then you wrap, and you put your 8-0 through the jute, or whatever your decoration is. So that's it. What do you guys think? Yeah, it's the same size. How about that? What do you think? I think it's great. I don't know if Salima took pictures of her setup. I'm going to ask her if she did, like took before pictures of her setup, and ask her if she did, and if she would mind posting them so we can see what the real effect was. I know she had like some little rocks in here and then some flowers, so it's really pretty. So anyway, that's our project for today. We also, if you aren't aware, we have a private group, Facebook private subscription group called Scan and Cut Community, where we go into further in-depth projects, and we would love our members to give us ideas of what they'd like to see. The first month project we did was a patch, and I thought it was fun. We put it on a jacket and a baseball cap, but you can put the patches anywhere and you can make them whatever you want. So anyway, if you might be interested in that, you can check it out at salimacreates.com. That's where you would sign up for it. Anyway, that was it for today. You know, sometimes we forget that our Scan and Cut can do some impactful but quick and easy, and not that expensive, right? How much is cardstock? It's not bad. So don't forget, you don't have to do big, complicated projects, and you can still have a huge impact because it's custom. So that's what we love our Scan and Cuts for. All right, my friends, I hope you all have a great weekend, and you all take care until we see you next time. Bye.